Good morning, students. In this class, we discuss about loss of excitation or field failure protection of generator. So we discuss about the field failure protection of generator. So first of all, excitation system of generator is excited with the help of exciter, that is DC excitation system, which may be a DC shunt generator. So here this is the generator field winding, which is excited with the help of exciter, which is a DC shunt generator. Now, if there is field failure due to any reasons, then we have to protect the generator against this type of conditions. So first we discuss about generator protection against loss of excitation. So reasons behind loss of excitations are, there are so many reasons. First is tripping of field breaker, accidental tripping of field breaker, accidental tripping of field breaker. These are the reasons of field failure. The reasons of field failure. First is accidental tripping of field breaker, and second reason may be short circuit in field circuit, short circuit in field circuit, short circuit in field circuit, and failure of excitation system, poor brush contact, and so many reasons due to which excitation system or generator may get failed. Now, impact of loss of excitation in generator is that when our generator lost its excitation, then our generator acts as a induction generator, or synchronous generator acts as a induction generator. So we can write, when a synchronous generator lost its excitation system, it acts as a induction generator, It means for generator draw reactive power from the circuit. It means for generator draw reactive power from the system. Impact is that when the excitation system of our synchronous generator gets failed. So in this condition, our generator acts as a induction generator, and now our generator draw reactive power from the system. Now, if our system is stable, then we do not require any automatic protection. Next point is, if our system is stable, then no need of automatic protection. Automatic protection means our system can bear the change in reactive powers. Means our system can manage the change in reactive power, change in reactive power. But if a load is connected, a highly reactive load is connected to the system, then reactive power demand in the system increase, and due to which the system go towards instability. Next point is if a highly reactive load is thrown up in the system, on the system, and generator low its excitation, and generator lows its excitation system, So in such condition, reactive power demand in the system increase. Reactive power demand in the system increase gradually. Results reduction in system voltage. Reduction in system voltage, which may cause instability in the system. So in this condition, we require automatic protection. Now to provide protection against loss of excitation, first of all, we can use undercurrent moving coil relay. For the protection of failure of excitation system, we can use undercurrent moving coil relay. So undercurrent moving coil relay operates when the current in our field circuit is less than rated current. From the name, undercurrent moving coil relay operates when the current in our field circuit of generator is less than its rated value. Next point. Now to protect the generator against excitation failure, against field failure, we can use undercurrent moving coil relay, undercurrent moving coil relay, undercurrent moving coil relay. This relay operates when the current in field circuit, when the current in field circuit of generator is less than rated current, is less than relay current setting or rated current, that is relay current setting, relay current. In this condition, or moving coil relay, undercurrent moving relay operates and it sends signal to the circuit breaker, and circuit breaker remove the terminals of generator from the system, or it isolates the generator from the rest of the system. This is the first method with the help of which we can protect the generator against field failure. Now second method is, in second method we can use distance relay. Next we can use distance relay. Second method, in this method we can use directional distance relay. Directional distance relay. Its operation is fast than it's fast. So characteristic of directional distance relay can be drawn on Rx plane. Now we write characteristic plus x, minus x, r and minus r. So our relay operates when its characteristic fall from first quadrant to fourth quadrant. In first quadrant, relay not operate. In fourth quadrant, when relay operates. Relay operates. Concept is, when impedance of the relay falls in first quadrant, relay not operate. But when impedance of the when impedance of the system falls in fourth quadrant relay operates because in first quadrant impedance Z is equal to R plus Jx, and in fourth quadrant impedance Z is equal to R minus Jx. So these are the two methods of protection of alternator against field failure. It may be amateurly. Mostly this relay will be used amateurly or no relay. Here change of quadrant represents the change in the direction of power flow, because in first quadrant power flow from generator to load side, both active and reactive power flow from generator to load side. But in fourth quadrant reactive power flow from system to the generator, means their generator absorb reactive power from the system, which may cause instability in the system. So we require a protection against this type of failure. So thank you for today class, dear students.